All right, welcome back, everybody. December 18th. It's a Thursday. Today, let's check the news first and foremost. Let's see what happened. Why does it always take me to this week? Okay. We had CPI release after a massive news week. Finally, all the news has been done for the week. CPI released an hour before my session started. And yeah, just something to take note of, just something to be aware of. All right. So, this is the hourly time frame. And what can we see? We're still within this decisional demand zone. Yesterday, price made a bearish move off of this supply zone, came down, but it's still within the overall demand zone and is starting to push up. So, based on this, I'm going to move down a little bit before yeah. So, on the 15 minute, we are approaching this supply zone up in here. And that's a point of interest for me because that's a decisional zone which broke the structure right here. Now, there are extreme zones up here, but I'm not really that interested given the London highs and yeah, just the London highs. It looks like an area of liquidity to me. So if price approaches this, I'm going to be more wary and more careful selling from up here. All right. So what can we see? Price came down here yesterday, consolidated during the Asian session, started moving bullish during London, and then this candle right here, this 830 candle was the CPI release. Massive bullish candle. Okay. Let's move down. We have this decisional zone right here that we're going to be aware of, and we're going to just let price play out because I don't really see anything else right now. I just see bullish price action, imbalances being left behind, and I'm going to move up to my session open and see what happens. Okay, 9:30 right there. New York session has opened. So for today's session, I just focused on the Nasdaq. All my trades were on the Nasdaq. I took a total of 4 trades today. First one was a loss, followed by 3 winners. And the reason I took 2 winners at the end was because I was on an eval, and honestly, I was accepting the risk. I was just trading with profits, and I told myself on the third and fourth trade, if these hit stop loss, I'm done for the day. But they hit take profit. It was a good day. But let's go through the trades I took. 9:30. Okay, what did I see? Boom. Once I saw this right here, I saw price came into the supply zone, broke significant structure on the 1 minute, high, low, high, broke the low. I saw this and I was looking to short. 1 second. Okay. I was looking to short from right here. So we could see there was a zone that was formed, imbalance, break a structure. I was looking to enter off of the imbalance right there. However, as I was entering the zone, I was also aware that we were approaching this demand zone over here. Now, given the higher time frame context I've mentioned before, let's go back real quick. The 15-minute supply zone, the fact that price has been trending bearish, we retraced to a premium level on the 15-minute. I felt like sellers were more likely to be in control than buyers. So even though we were approaching this demand zone, it wasn't a invalidation criteria for me. All right, 42, something like that. I was targeting these lows right here for about 3R and some change. And let's play it through. Price tapped me in, gave a nice reaction off of the jump. Price didn't close below here. And honestly, I made a little mistake here. I should have had my stop loss right here because that's part of my plan. I should move my stops after a 1 minute break of structure to the new structure that is formed. However, I'm gonna be honest, I was just being hopeful. I ignored that. I kept my stop loss where it was, and I was being hopeful that price would come in, mitigate maybe just this supply zone, and then continue bearish. I didn't follow my plan completely on this trade because of the stop loss placement. So I should have been stopped out for what? Maybe 0.3 R. But instead, I took a full loss right here. First loss of the day right there. Not the end of the world. First loss. Now, what did I do? I reanalyzed. I saw that price failed to break below here. I marked that as a liquidity sweep. Price respected this demand zone. I marked this as, instead of a breaker structure, as a sweep of liquidity as well. Given that price just swept this low to grab the demand orders from here. And I saw price came down, came up, came down, and broke this high right here. Bullish break. And I saw that there was this demand zone left behind as well. Now, normally, if I was on my A game, if this was old me, I would have sold again from the extreme zone. Just because I got stopped out. I would have been like, oh, I got stopped out. I want to be in a trade instantly. I would have sold from here. But I didn't do that. Why? Because I reanalyzed the market. I understood this demand zone was being respected. Price broke structure on the 1 minute. So I didn't marry my bearish bias. I understood price could continue higher. And price was continuing higher earlier in the session for today. So I flipped my bias. I was looking for longs now. So I had my limits placed right here. I had 3R as my take profit. And we're going to play it out and see what happens for my second trade. I got tapped in. Price made a little bit of a retracement. And then we got nice bullish price action right there. I got this push up in here. And I had moved my stops to right there. Following structure. And then once this overall zone got swept right here, I had my stops at break even. And then price continued higher. Came super close to my take profit. Hovered a little bit. And then eventually TP was hit right there. Alright. So TP was hit right there with that candle. 3R. Perfect. And I want to, like, this is all probabilities that price, I got stopped at the tick. But listen, bro, if I got greedy on this trade, I would have gotten stopped out of this trade, as you're going to see soon. So this is why I need to follow my 3R protocol. And today was just a good day, honestly. And okay, after this, I was still interested in the market. I wanted to see if price was going to give a bearish retracement after sweeping this supply zone and reaching this imbalance over here. What did I see on the 1 minute? I saw price swept this buildup over here. Price broke structure right here with a strong bearish candle as well, and left behind this supply zone. So this was my third trade. I was trading with profits at this moment. I took 1 loss, 1 win. I was up 2R for the day. I was on an eval as well, and I told myself, listen, if this is a loss, I'm gonna just step away. I'll just walk away with 1R for the day. It's not the end of the world. But I was willing to take the risk and see if this trade would play out. And I took it right there. Valid trade setup. And I also understood I was going to take profits at 3R because there was this demand zone down here, which is also still valid. And it could easily, price can easily magnetize to this demand zone and then continue higher. So I had that in mind. I didn't want to hold it for too long. That's the main lesson of today. Take profits at 3R. You don't need to be in the markets all day. Make your money and get out. Price was consolidating a bit. And then eventually we got a nice bearish push. Price broke structure right up there. Once that break occurred, I'd move my stops to structure up in here. It's my break even, trailing stops. And then price hits take profit right there. Second win of the day. All right. And then I had my Top Step accounts, which were in a bit of drawdown from earlier, but I had 2 wins on there now, and I knew this zone was valid. It was outside of my trading session. Honestly, I was trading from a point of I wanted to get my accounts out of drawdown, especially my Top Step account, and I just wanted to get closer to the profit target. It was an eval, so I took this trade. However, I knew with this trade I had to stop if it was a loss. Like, I'm playing with profits here. I was willing to risk the profits, but I also knew that it could easily lead to me going off the rails, going on tilt, and just chasing. So I understood, listen, if this is a loss, I took 2 wins for the day, 2 losses. If this is a loss, I'm content. I'm walking away if this is a loss. So I entered this trade. from this demand zone. Price came down. It was moving around a little bit. And then we got this bullish push up here. It's all the same, man. All the same management. You just got to make sure you follow it when the pressure's on, when it's live. So, trailed my stop loss there. It was about 0.75 R open risk at the moment. Price came back up. Take profit got hit. Another 3R. All right. So, that's my trading day on the NASDAQ. Beautiful day. I was able to read the market perfectly. Caught 3 clean winners and took 1 loss in the beginning, but stayed level-headed, didn't let the loss get to me. That's what you need to do, guys. And I just want to tell you guys, I just want to show you guys something. I'm going to leave replay mode. Look, nothing really played out for real. Like, it was like a consolidating day, but since I took profits at 3R, I was able to catch 3 wins. If I held this trade for too long, if I held this trade for too long, if I held this trade for too long, I would have left the day with no profits, probably would have had like mentally been in mental turmoil. Listen, guys, trust me, 3R is take profits at 3R. Trust me, guys, it's so much more profitable. I used to be a high RR trader. I would target like 7, 8, 9, 10 R, take a bunch of losses, go through some stuff mentally because you see floating profits, they all get taken. Ever since I've implemented this, it's been way more consistent, way easier on the psyche, and it's been more professional. I really like this. Because if I want to, I could easily like take half partials at 3R and just hold the trade for longer if I want to. But I understood, listen, 3R is good enough for me at the moment. I'll take it, man. And if it's like a higher time frame play where I'm like at a higher time frame zone, if I was able to buy down here within a higher time frame zone, yeah, I could take partials and hold. But since this was kind of in the middle, I was looking to scalp on the day, on the session volatility. Hey, man, 3R is all I need. Appreciate you guys watching, for tuning in. Come back tomorrow for end of the week trading session review. Peace.